Hey there, hello my friend, Amner Hunter here from amnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you in another video. Today I want to share with you the news and also review and demo these 11 plugins by this Korean company called KAGE Music Korea. These analog style plugins that are like in the categories of compressors, EQs, saturators, de-essers, even reverb as well. All of it inspired in analog gear and available for free. It is worth mentioning though that they are only available for Windows, unfortunately, not for Mac users. But if you're a Windows user, you're gonna love these plugins. They have very cool character. The interfaces and the features might be a bit dated in some sense, but the sounds, which is I think what matters most, is very cool. As usual, you will find the applicable links in the video description and first comment, and of course I will make sure to put timestamps as well in case that you want to move around between the many segments of the video. The link is going to take you to the KAGE Music Korea's website, where you download the plugins individually, right? You download it for Windows, like I said, only VST3 and VST2, right? You go through each one of them in downloading them individually. The website, the site is in Korean language. You can translate it to your language, and so yeah, very cool. And before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, amnerhunter.com, where you can get some additional free stuff, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some additional free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses and drum sample packs. Don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost on a daily basis with tons of content like this. And let me know if you are here in the live stream. I am always happy and interested to know your opinions about these tools, and I am always happy to engage in conversations with you guys, and let me know your honest opinions about the plugins as well. Bruce is here. Hello, Bruce Wayne. I have tried these plugins. Tube Saturator and EQP sounds incredible. Awesome, Bruce. Glad that you tried these plugins. Let me know, guys, if you have tried them. They were released some days ago. Maybe some of you already know the news. So, alright, let me take you now to my DAW. Okay, so here they are. 11 plugins, right? So, let's start with the KG-EQP, right? This is an analog style EQ, alright? Of course, the moment you see the interface, you can pretty much notice it's like a Pultec style EQ, right? Where you have low frequency range here and high frequency range to the right, and you can boost and attenuate, giving you this very cool, unique EQ curve that is stylized by the Pultec, right, back in the day, and very legendary EQ curves and very musical EQ curves with some analog style stuff. So here you have the boost and attenuate. This will create this very unique EQ curve. Like I said, here you choose the frequency range. You pretty much are guessing what it's in between here, from 20 till 200 Hertz, and here from 3K up to 16K, right? So let's use it first here on, I have drums and bass together here. So let's shape the lows and highs here a bit. Let's hear it. So no effect. Let me choose, for instance, here around. I'm just guessing what frequency is around here. So let's see. Let's boost. Oops, it's off. There it is. I can go ahead and hunt and look for the frequency that it might seem a bit more pleasant and without being muddy or overpowering. Okay, I think around here sounds nice. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but let me now attenuate as well. Oh wow, it adds a nice weight. Let me turn it off before. Nice. Listen to that kick drum and bass. Perhaps you need some studio headphones or monitors to hear it. If you are like on your laptop or cell phone, probably you're not gonna hear this. But it's a huge difference, even though, yeah, it's a pretty unique EQ curve. Now let's look for a good frequency here in the top end to add some sparkle, some clarity. Some top end. Alright. Again, we're not sure what frequency we're affecting. But let's put it here half, like in the middle. Before. Nice. Nice. Very, very cool. Very musical EQ curves, like I said. Alright, let's check out the next one. This is the frequency 6, KG Freq 6. This is a 6-band equalizer, of course, right, with some analog characteristics as well. So we have here from 30 to 200, 30 to 450, from, what's this, 100 to 1K, something like that. Yeah, from 200 to 2.5K, 1K till 10K, perhaps, or I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. I was reading the Q control. No, the Q control, it's just how wide or narrow. Sorry. So from 30 to 200 hertz, from 30 to 450, then from 200 to 2.5K, yeah, from 600 till 7K, 1.5K till 16K, and finally from, yeah, another one from 1.5 till 16K. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's affect let's affect these guitars, some overdriven guitars here, and let's hear this plugin in action here. All right. So everything is default. Everything is at noon. Okay, so let's add some. Okay, some presence here, some air. Let's see, some air. Moving the Q a bit. Hertz. I'm reducing a bit. Lows. Let's add a bit of body to these guitars. We don't need this. Okay, 4. I think this would work better in a full mix. Sticks. Well, sorry, I'm affecting the whole mix here. Okay, let's see. Well, we don't. Well, the full mix. Let's affect the full mix. before.
Sticks and stones.
Probably too much on some parts.
Sticks and stones.
Before.
Are tearing me into.
Whoa, very cool. More clarity, right? More clarity, less boominess down here around 300-400 hertz. So yeah, very cool. Let's continue with the KG sub, a sub frequency enhancement, right? It adds some harmonics in the subs. So we have the sub fire, which is the harmonic saturation on the lows. We have the crossover here. 200 hertz is default, and we have a slight delay between the original signal and the affected signal here. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna use the delay here. It sounds a bit weird sometimes. So let's add this to bass. Let's affect bass alone. I think subtlety is the name of the game here. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce the delay to 0. Before. Let's apply it to the full mix.
Sticks and stones.
Too much, right? Too much, so it's subtle.
Sticks and stones.
Yeah. Powerful low end. Okay. Let's continue with the next one. The clarity. This we're gonna use it on vocals. This is well. Let's use it also on guitars for a moment. This is, of course, the opposite of the subs. This is to increase harmonics on the top end to add clarity, right? We have the clarity control to add the harmonics, harmonic saturation, and the crossover here, 600, 6K, and 12K, and the delay. So let's add it here. Yeah. Cool. No matter where you put it, if you overdo it here, it's not harsh at all. Before. Very cool. Okay, let's affect the full mix.
Sticks and stones.
Nice. Yeah, just a single control.
Start breaking me down to my
bass. Adds a very nice touch there to the pick attack. Before. Very, very cool. Let's continue with the KG comp analog style compressor. Right, so we have usual controls: threshold, ratio, attack, fast and slow, release, fast and slow, secondary attack, secondary release, and the makeup, input and output. We have sidechain filters, high pass and low pass filter, alpha. I didn't read what this was about. I apologize for that. And warm and analog character here. It's a dual stage mix, by the way. Dual compressor, dual stage compressor. So let's apply some to the drums. I like to test compressors on drums. So let's use again, we don't know what we're dealing with here in terms of values in between. So let's say here we're gonna use a slow attack, fast release. Okay, let's leave this here. and we're going to increase the threshold. Let's hear it. So, all right. Okay, we have some extra punch. Okay, slow attack time to allow the transients to go through. Okay, let's check out alpha. I don't know if you're in any difference. Oh! Nice. Oof, nice. Dual stage. More snap. Off. More punch. Very cool compressor. Then we have the KG-2A, of course, optical compressor. I think, yeah, from the name I can guess that it's inspired in the LA2A. You know, with peak reduction, input, peak reduction, and output. We have slow, fast, behavior, compressor limiter, and analog character, right? So we use the input to feed this compressor, and the peak reduction will decide the compression, right? So yeah, it pretty much same controls as an LA2A, the slow, fast, the peak reduction, compressor limiter, right? So let's use it. Let's use it on drums also, but other instruments as well. So let's see. Okay, there it is. There's a compression. Let's choose here compressor limiter. So we have fast, slow, analog. You can notice already the punch. So this is not optical compression. My bad there. Yeah, LA2A. Cool. Let's use it, let's say, on vocals.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking me down to my bone.
Off.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking me down to my bones and fill me with spirit, sword.
Right. There it is. Let's continue with the de-esser. Also, let's use it here on vocals. Pretty self-explanatory, to attack the high frequencies that are like the letter or the consonant S mostly, right? And F, consonants like those. So we have threshold, sensitivity, gender, band, split and wide, and magic. So let's try it here on these vocals. Okay.
Sticks and stones are tearing.
Yeah, if it's a man or a woman, right? Here, because the consonant S will behave differently if it's a male or a female vocal. So let's choose male here.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking.
Nice. Yeah, I hear the reduction there.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking me down to my bone.
But it seems that it's reacting on the whole frequency range there on the top end, not only on S's. There you can hear it more. That's sticks. Without it, right? More prominent. Smoother. All right. There it is. And then we have this KG tube saturator, right? Warm saturation and bright. So low end and top end. Let's use it on drums. Let's use it on drums here. I love to use saturation on drums, by the way, and bass as well, and sometimes overdriven guitars as well. So let's check it out. So we have the frequency range here from 40 to 400 Hertz, and here from 4K till 22K, analog style here, right? And let's do it on drums. Okay. It's probably here 200, something like that. Let's go a bit lower. Okay, and here, nice top end. Before, huge difference, right? Nice. Yeah, very cool enhancer with simple controls and in seconds. The top end, I really loved it. Pretty crispy. Alright, let's see what it does on guitars. I also love to use... Okay, so... I'm gonna use only the bit of clarity. Cool. Now we have another saturator. This is a 3-band saturator. Lows, low mid split, warmth and tube tone called hot. And we have mid-high split, right? Okay, so we have saturation here for saturation second and third stage of saturation, third band. So where's the high band? Here's the low mid, the mid-high. So it seems that only warmth and tube tone. And vintage, and it also adds noise. So yeah, I don't see the top end band. Only 2 bands, low mids and mid high. Maybe some of you guys know how to figure out this. So let's use it. What do you say? What else do we have here? On bass? Let's use it on bass here. So I'm gonna turn it on. Okay. Noise. This is mids and lows. Okay, we can increase or decrease the. One thing that I would love to have on these plugins is the feature of the double click in any like parameter or knob and resets, right? It doesn't has that. So like for instance, double click here and it goes back to default, something like that. This is the split. This is like the crossover, I'm guessing. Warmth. Vintage and noise 100 before. Yeah, we can increase the gain of each one of the three ranges, low, mids, and highs. Here we have input and output. Let's see. Let's hear if we can like add some overdrive. Okay, some extra character there. Let's continue with the KG-VERB. Let's use it on vocals. And let's check out the features here. So this is analog style reverb to give you a sense of real space reverb, right? So we have the room size, it seems, damping, width, stage, warm, and bright to add low frequencies or top end. We have pre-delay, stage delay, high quality, high pass filter and low pass filter, very useful to reduce some unwanted low end in the reverb itself. Color control, it seems that low, mids, and highs, and analog style here we have dry and wet. Alright, so let's reduce the wet 100% and use it on these vocals.
Sticks and stones.
Ooh, there it is.
Sticks and stones.
Instant improvement.
Are tearing me until you start breaking me down to my.
I'm keeping this.
Sticks and stones.
The size of the room
are tearing me until
delay.
You start breaking me down to my bone.
Ooh, this is a very cool feature.
Sticks and stones.
This is like a bit lo-fi, if I'm hearing correctly.
Sticks and stones are tearing. Stick.
Or not. Maybe a bit of extra lo-fi things.
Sticks and stones are tearing me until you start breaking me down to my bones.
Ooh,
and
very
fill
cool.
me with sticks.
Okay, so this stage delay is connected to this, I am guessing. So it's not only a reverb, it's a delay as well. So pretty cool. I wasn't expecting also delay.
Sticks and stones are tearing me until you start breaking me down to my bones. And fill me with spirit, sword, shield, and armor. Oh.
Whoa, very cool reverb and delay. And finally, we have this plugin KG-ARCL. This is automatic release control. This is a limiter with the auto feature here, manual or auto. Which it's recommended more use the auto because it's like program dependent on the audio that you feed to this plugin, right? So it's a limiter basically also to control dynamics, but the auto will adjust itself accordingly to the audio. And you have release here if you want to set it still, but I'm gonna use the automatic release control here, ARC, and auto. You have input and output, so let's use it in the full mix. Since this is a limiter, let's increase a bit the loudness here, and let's hear it. So let me unsolo this.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking me down to my bones and fill me with spirit.
Let's
Sticks and stones.
Okay, so let's see. Where are my levels here?
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking me down to my bones.
Yeah, it seems that we are not exceeding.
Sticks and
Sorry, we're not exceeding minus 1.3 here.
Sticks and stones
minus 0.6.
until you start breaking.
Minus 0.1, so.
Sticks and stones are tearing me.
Let's use manual here.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking.
A bit of loudness there. We are not exceeding the threshold. I'm not sure what threshold we have here, since we don't have a threshold control, but it seems that it's preventing the signal from going to a certain threshold and increasing the loudness, controlling the dynamics, all that. It seems to be.
Sticks and stones.
So I'm gonna.
Are tearing me in two until you start breaking me.
There I am exceeding there.
Sticks and stones are tearing me in two until you start breaking me.
It's preventing from going past 0 decibels. So there it is, my friends. Those are the 11 plugins by KAGE Korea Music. Let me know what you think of them. I'm always happy and interested to know your opinions about these tools. And we have some people here in the chat commenting some things. Bruce Wayne says, I kind of like it more than Universal Audio EQP and Analog Obsession Rare. The high end becomes clear but not harsh. I agree with that, Bruce. That Pultec style EQ was very, very cool. David Good Plugin says, kind of like Oral Exciter or Max Bass. Yeah, something like that, Bruce. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Carlos, hola, hola, saludos, brother. Saludos, Carlos. Nest Force, hey, thanks, Anna. You put in a lot of work. It's very helpful for my music production. Thanks a lot for the kind words, Nest Force. Mike ALG says, hi, out of curiosity, how do you deal with the constant Reaper issue where you can't load plugins or VSTs on a project you have been working on for a few weeks? Sometimes I uninstall and reinstall the plugins. If a VST2 plugin is having issues, I sometimes delete that plugin and I install the VST3 version. Yeah, it happens sometimes that it won't recognize a plugin on Reaper. It's very rare. Doesn't happen very often, at least on my end. But sometimes uninstalling and installing it, sometimes updating Reaper as well can work, or downloading perhaps another version of the plugin, older version of the plugin, or newer version of the plugin, Yeah, I have to try several things sometimes, and sometimes not even that will work. Sweet Verb says Nest Force. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna keep that reverb for sure. Reverb and delay. Never happened to me, Mike, says Carlos. Yeah, never happened to. Okay. Yeah, it's very rare that it happens on Reaper. Sometimes I want to try a plugin for a video or something and it just won't work. But it's very rare. Carlos está en Chile, son 1:31 am, así que buenas noches, se ven muy buenos los KG. Carlos is in Chile, 1:31 am. He says that the plugins looks very, very cool. Yes, they are. Alrighty, guys. That's pretty much about it. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it very much. And before we leave, let me invite you quickly to my website. Remember that there are some additional freebies for you, some free PDF guides and ebooks, some extra free tools, collections of guitar impulses and drum sample packs. Don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I'm updating almost on a daily basis with tons of content like this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will be seeing you very soon. Bye-bye.